Hey, Matt Brown here. It's good to be back for the Saturday night edition of Esports Go. Let's get started with the surprise match of the day. The London Spitfire came in riding a 4-match winning streak. They faced the team with a familiar face, the LA Gladiators, and a former Spitfire tank, Fisher. You may or may not believe the result. We start the highlight off after halftime. The Gladiators are up 2 and are looking for one more win to secure the upset over the Spitfire. The Spitfire are on the attack first. Prophet lands a hook on the unsuspecting D.Va. No D.Va means an easy capture for the Spitfire. The push starts out well for the Spitfire. It helps that Gesture is making the plays on Reinhardt. He slams the hammer down and takes out several members of the Gladiators. They reach a wall of Gladiators defense at the last turn. It goes all downhill though when a repositioning bird ring is hit by a headshot from Spitfire. The Gladiators dive the rest of the Spitfire, clearing them out and staggering their respawns. The Spitfire are not able to push the payload any further. The Gladiators' turn to attack starts out strong with a Spitfire Hanzo looking for some kills on the Spitfire backline. He finds it on Peterson and claims the high ground. The Gladiators easily take point A. Prophet goes ham on defense though, taking out several members of the Gladiators to prevent them from moving the payload too quickly. They need a flawless hold now if they hope to take map 3. It comes down to the wire. Spitfire launches a Riptire straight into the front line of the Spitfire with no beefy tanks to stop the push. The Gladiators are able to end it. They beat the Spitfire. Final score ended up being 3-1. Just a masterful job by the Gladiators. They were aggressive with their play and smart with the personnel that they put out there. Surefour, Hydration, and Asher were a terrific rotation of DPS players. Fisher has shown why he requested for a transfer in Stage 2, and the Gladiators sure are glad they picked him up. All right, let's move to the New York Excelsior and the San Francisco Shock. With the Spitfire going down, the XL needed to prove why they own the top spot. It's a battle between Tracers on map 2, Save by Obi and Dante. Let's see who can make the most plays. Save kicks it off, pushing back the Shock along with a couple tanks to continue holding the point. The XL have brought it to overtime and Save going to work, taking out a support member and a tank. To his dismay though, while he was fighting off the point, the Shock were able to take the point for themselves, and he is forced to retreat. Dante's turn. He lands a pulse bomb on Meko and then chases after a few kills to stagger out the XL more. Save makes the round deciding play, landing a pulse bomb right in the middle of the Shock. The rest of the stragglers are quickly dispatched and the XL have taken round 1. Dante turns it on in round 2. He gets a kill, lands a pulse bomb, gets another kill, shuffles on the payload, and gets the final kill on Jonas. Woo! It's all for naught though. The XL are able to take the point while Dante was fighting off the point. Libero wants in now. He pulls out the Dragon Blade and goes to town on the Shock's back line, front line, and sideline. It does not matter to him. The whole field is his. Once again, this map comes down to the wire for the Shock. They make one last assault, but Jonak casts his Transcendence. While this is going on, Libero takes out his Dragon Blade again, taking out the remaining attackers of the Shock. The XL take round 2 and the win on map 2. They will go on to win the next 2 maps after halftime, securing the 4-0 clean sweep over the Shock. Easy peasy for the XL. Unfortunately, the Shock are still waiting on star player Sinatra, and so are a lot of other people. I googled Sinatra earlier, and the second autofill added the word birthday. So yes, if you're wondering when he turns 18 and can officially play in the league, it's actually March 18th. That's a week from tomorrow. Only 2 more matches in the Shock could fill a big missing piece. Let's go now to a match with a bit of emotion. The Florida Mayhem lost a heartbreaker yesterday to the Houston Outlaws, being reversed swept. And on the other side, the Dallas Fuel have been dealing with suspensions and fines, all that good stuff. You know that both would have loved a win, but only one could prevail. The Mayhem were down 2 maps after halftime and looked as though they were completely out of it. They came and won the next 2 maps though in a dominating fashion. We'll see if they are able to get their second win of the season. The tiebreaker map, Ilios. The Mayhem are holding the point extremely well. They are dying, but they are killing just enough of the fuel to continue to hold the point. Logix is making plays for the Mayhem. He lands a pulse bomb into the support players of the fuel, further securing the hold. Rascal and the fuel are not having as much luck as the Mayhem. He goes for the rocket barrage and dies. He takes out a few Mayhem members, but not enough to switch the point. It comes down to overtime, but the defense of the Mayhem is too much. They are able to hold the point and take round 1. In round 2, the point starts in the hands of the Mayhem thanks to Logix. He secures some key shots and kills on the fuel as they desperately try to get the Mayhem off the point. Effect and the fuel aggressively dive into the Mayhem. With the Florida team split up, they are able to take the point for themselves. Effect's luck runs out though when he takes a diva shove right into the face. The point changes owners again. Later on, the fuel are able to split up the Mayhem once again, and this time too many members of the Mayhem are off the point, so Dallas is able to get a capture for free. This time, while Effect is split trying to get a kill on the Widowmaker, the rest of the Mayhem are able to completely clear out the point, bringing the point once again back to Florida control. It all comes down to overtime. Mickey puts down a self-destruct, but kills no one. The Mayhem jump on the opportunity and clear out the point. The overtime wick is winding down and only Taimu is left to defend. The fuel make a few staggered attempts, but it is to no avail. The Mayhem have done it. They have reverse swept the fuel for their second win of the season. The final score, Mayhem 3, Fuel 2. What a story. What a week for the Mayhem, losing via the reverse sweep and then turning it around and reverse sweeping the fuel for their second win of the season. You know, they actually have a DPS duo that I think can rival any other DPS duo on a given day. Tavik made great plays on Genji and complimented our hero of the day. Yeah, that's right. Let's get to our heroes and zeros for the day. The Mayhem have finally made it. One of their players is our hero for the first time in Season 1. We're picking Logix. The star DPSer led his team toward the promised land today. He found himself constantly ahead in the Widowmaker battle and found ways to get insane picks to put his team ahead. Now my zero has to be the Spitfire. Even the best teams in the league can find themselves as a zero sometimes. They are the example to always put your best foot forward. Don't assume you'll just get a win. Always play hard. They just didn't do that today. Earlier, I talked about the Gladiators' exceptional performance. Now I have to mention that London's best DPS player, Birdring, was nowhere to be found in the entire first half. Experimenting with lineups is only safe when the win is already in hand. All right, don't go off experimenting either for right now. Stay right here on your regularly scheduled program. We'll take a break. It's Esports Go. Welcome back to the Go. Now, I want to shed some light on next week's matches. Here are the ones to watch. Wednesday features the New York XL against the Seoul Dynasty. I'm gonna say after the Spitfires lost today, this match is for Stage 2 supremacy. So far, very excited to see two of the best, Olbi and Fleta, go at it. Now Thursday's card has an intriguing one. The LA Gladiators and the Houston Outlaws. Two teams going in different directions. LA may be able to get in the conversation as the next team to make a move for contender status. And on Friday, it's the other LA team, the LA Valiant, versus the Boston Uprising, two of the most unpredictable teams in the second stage. If I had to use a word to describe this match, it would be aggressive. Both teams have a chip on their shoulder. Both want to win to stabilize their Stage 2 record. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much for watching all week long. Make sure to check out our website, challengemedia.tv, for all your gaming news. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. I'm Matt Brown. See you next week on The Go.